Bum-ba-da-dum. Howdy, welcome to BanjoBenClark.com. I am Banjo Ben, but this week I'm teaching guitar, not just any guitar. We're going to learn two really fun breaks to East Tennessee blues. The first one's going to be up the neck, where we're going to establish a lot of the straight ahead melody. Then we're going to move down an octave and get a little jiggy with it. That's okay, all right? So I've got about a 30-minute video lesson for you here. I've got the tabs. I've got 3 different speeds of MP3 rhythm tracks that you can download and play along with. If you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, here in a minute, I'll ask you to come over to the website, BanjoBenClark.com. You can become a Gold Pick member, watch this lesson, download the tabs MP3s, as well as hundreds of others that I've done. This is a lot of fun. Let's jump right into East Tennessee blues. Let's learn 2 really fun solos for East Tennessee blues. We're in the key of C today. All right, we're not going to use a capo. We're just playing out of a C position. This song, it's got 4 chords to it. Okay, they're played in various orders, but the chords we've got are a C chord. It also has an F chord and it has a G chord. Those are the 3 chords you would expect to have in the key of C, but it also has a 2 chord. I'm playing a 2-7. That's a D7. Okay, and it'll jump to that. Now this is a fiddle tune. It's got a typical fiddle tune structure, meaning it has an A part that goes 8 bars long, then it repeats it, then a B part that goes 8 bars long, and it repeats that. So we have a total of 32 bars or 32 measures to go through one solo. We're going to learn 2 of them today. What's interesting about East Tennessee blues is that the chord progression does not change between the A and the B parts. The melody is going to change a little bit, but the chord progression does not. Let's go ahead and throw up the first line of tab there. We'll jump into the first solo. Now this first solo I'm going to teach you up high. And we're going to stick closer to the straight ahead melody. Then we'll go down low and get jiggy with it later on. But what I want you to notice is that I've got your pick stroke arrows beneath each one of these notes. So a down arrow will be a down stroke, up arrow will be an up stroke. So try to pay attention to those. We are going to get a bit syncopated later on, and that will help you out. Now we've got 3 little notes that we're going to walk up here in measure 1. They're just kind of pickup notes, okay? The actual first A part doesn't technically start to measure 2, but very often walking into this solo, you'll hear people walk into it chromatically. So there we go. We're headed for that 3rd fret, and that's where our first part of the melody is going to be centered out of. And it's got this very recognizable theme, East Tennessee blues does. Kind of sounds like a little seesaw or something going on. It sounds like this. Okay, so we're going to kind of repeat that idea. It repeats 3 or 4 times there in measure 2 and 3. Now we're going to change to an F chord in measure 4, and we're going to use that same melodic idea, but just switch it to an F chord. So up here we're playing the G note. That's the 5th tone of a C scale. Now we're going to switch down and play a C note, which is the 5th tone of the F scale. So the same type of deal. 4 and 5 sounds like this. So in case you don't know, it's very wise to go ahead and keep that index finger down there, because we come back to it so much in measures 4 and 5. Okay, let me play measures 1 through 5 for you. Remember, I'll play it much slower later on. You'll notice I'm kind of swinging those 8th notes. I'm not playing straight 8th notes. We're going to swing them, and you can do that whenever you're playing on the slower tempos. The faster you go, the harder it is to swing those notes. Okay, let's go on to measure 6. We're going to have go back to 2 measures of C, and the basic melody makes use of some blues notes, and we're going to kind of bring those out. The first one we're going to get is that 4th fret of the D string there, measure 6. Okay, that's a flat 5 note. That's just kind of typical for this tune. So we're going to start climbing up melodically. Measure 6 sounds like this. Okay, so I've pretty much stayed in home position. You might grab that 4th fret with your pinky, or you can jump down, grab it with your ring finger, then scoot back. Now we're going to definitely scoot up in measure 7. What I advise you to do is go ahead and come up to the 3rd fret position. Measure 7 sounds like this. Then jump back down. So your hand is having to shift a little bit. You'll have to be quick in those shifts, but you can get it. Here in measures 8, I want you to start that measure with your middle finger. Okay, so we play 3, 2, 3, and then we're going to, with our pinky, grab the 5th fret of the 1st string and slide it up to 7. Don't make that slide too fast though. I don't want to hear. Okay, you can if you want to really get swingy, but that slide is an 8th note slide, so it happens in the same tempo as the rest of the notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Like that. Then measure 9, we finish up the first A part. And then we're not going to walk back into it with those quarter notes. We're going to kind of speed those up, and we're going to play there at the end of measure 9, open E string, then play the 1st fret, and then slide into the 1st note of measure 10, into the 1st note of the 2nd A part. Same thing there. Try to keep those slides even with the other 8th notes. Okay, let me play measures 6 up through 10.